Sorry. Yes, recording now. Um, my first question to you is, what does a creative director mean?
I think creative director can take finer calls because directing a film by itself is very complicated.
Right.
It it is bringing together so many elements which are almost contradictory to each other.
Right.
And it involves a lot of meticulous physical work, almost at the physical level, measuring the length of the film from where the music starts and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So there is, if you, I mean, half the time a director's mind is occupied in accomplishing those nitty-gritties.
Yeah.
So here I think as a senior and as somebody who's interested in the subject and intrinsically being a part of the film, officially I'm the production designer, so I did the art direction, the costume. And so it was basically a collaboration where I was overseeing the creative because I come from an advertising agency background where we always had creative directors who actually didn't do hand-on job work but guided us as to how to take a campaign forward. So that's basically, it is the aesthetic control. It is where sometimes the director tends to get too attached to his material, and here I had the advantage of just because I was acting, I could be far more ruthless, chop the scene out.
Right. And as an actor, you had another director telling you what to do. I'm sure you also had a sense of what you had to do. I mean, you directed a lot of actors. What was that experience like?
Actually, he didn't direct me much. He's a fantastic actor himself.
Yeah.
So I wanted him to direct me more. But as a director, I think there were certain inputs which I could bring into the film as an actor because of my directorial background.
Right.
Like in the beginning, if you remember the sequence with the head of the boy is being shaved.
Yes.
And he refuses to come out without
the
his breast
thing.
covered.
Yes.
Later on, when I play the servant, I always has this gamcha around me like this.
Yeah.
So that was the directorial experience in me telling that you have to derive this acting ingredient from that scene.
Right.
Where I have nothing to do actually as an actor.
Right. You know, I've seen a lot of your films. I saw Dosar a few years ago. Do you say Dosar or Doshar in Bengali? Doshor. You know, it was also a question of a man between, well, in that case, two women, and you had solved the problem by killing the mistress in the beginning. Unfortunately, the mistress, she dies.
I didn't solve the problem.
Well,
I think I gave birth to a new problem.
Which is true. That it was about this couple resolving. This film, which is, you obviously didn't create the idea, but this film, by the end of it, it doesn't get resolved, or you think it gets resolved?
No, it doesn't get resolved.
Yeah.
Or it gets resolved in its own interiorized way, which we are not privy to.
Right. But don't you think resolution like that is important for the audience?
No, never.
Okay.
I think it's open-ended films where the audience can draw their own conclusions and they can try and resolve it in their own way.
Yeah.
It's far more important than giving them definite diktats as this is the beginning, this is the middle, and this is the resolution at the end.
Right. The man in the center of the film, the DP's character, there are a lot of people in this, a lot of men in this world, not just in India, who get married because it's a very difficult thing to come out in any case to acknowledge, and then live a double life with the relationships. Your character is not angry at him, or is he angry at him? Because after all, he's the one who should be struggling with this issue, where he's made a woman pregnant and he's loved there, but there's a real love here also. I felt that, do you understand what I'm asking?
No,
because the fact that he couldn't come out, or choose between one of the two.
I think, given the realities, given the circumstances that we live under, uh, there is even not a very happy acknowledgement of a situation. There has to be some, in some manner or the other, there has to be an acceptance of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
It is not ferociously activist film,
Mm-hmm.
where either you choose your wife or you choose me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it comes to, at the end, when it comes to the wife becoming pregnant and further responsibilities coming his way, so long it was the choice between two individuals.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have a family.
Mm-hmm.
So on the one hand, it was the wife with the domestic responsibilities, and this lover
Mm-hmm.
with the creative responsibilities. Now there is a third person arriving on the other front, who will, I mean, by default, demand a lot of his attention.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there I know, if it has been a conscious decision on their part, there has been a prioritization
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to I mean, of a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
And I really realize that my role in his life is limited to that of being an intellectual companion
Mm-hmm.
and maybe an emotional counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, not beyond that.
Or helping
That's when I feel a little
or editing
dejected.
his poem.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic film. It's a very brave film. Brave is the wrong word for me to use. Really, it's the first of its kind. I mean, there was My Brother Nikhil, which is a very different story. Only recently, he's doing these three I Am. So I saw that I Am. Rahul Bose is in it. I forget. I saw the clip from it, and he actually showed male-to-male kissing in that film. I don't know if it is your choice or Kaushik's choice. There is no male-to-male kissing in this film, and what was the reason for that? Because there's enough suggestion that there's enough display of affection between men. In any case,
I think it is homosexuality has been reduced in media to a strictly sexual or physical connotation, and the entire emotional gamut behind the relationship has been very conveniently ignored. So we had to create a certain kind of emphasis, and now a male-to-male kiss or very explicit love-making scenes between two men have almost become stereotypical with gay films.